Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to achieve one of my favorite versions of a soft glam look. And also, I'm going to show you how I apply makeup for my clients who have on lash extensions. Alright, so starting with the eyebrows, as you can see, she already has a shape. She already has eyebrow hair. So for me, I just want to define what she already has. I'm using a pomade, the Morphe one in the shade Chocolate Mousse, and just defining her tail, and then in the front, just kind of fading in the product, brushing it through. Alright, so to carve out her brows, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm starting at the arch of her brow and then dragging it down, as you can see. And then I go in at the front of the brow and define it. This part, you really want to take your time and make sure it's as perfect as possible. To me, the eyebrows just make or break the look. That's why I start with the brows, because without a good brow, to me, the beat is off. So make sure you take your time. If you need to go back in with a pomade or a pencil just to help, make it look as perfect as possible, then do that. But I definitely recommend taking your time with this step. It's very important. Also, another thing that I want to note, when you're doing a soft glam look, you don't want to make the concealer underneath the brow too bright, only because it kind of takes away from like the effortless soft look, and it makes it look a little more harsh and dramatic. So make sure you're using a concealer shade that's a little light but not too light, but you don't want it to be too dark either. So yeah.
JJ, aren't you forgetting something? JJ, aren't you forgetting something?
I left a lot of footage from the brows because I just wanted to show you how long it really takes me to do a good brow. Like, even though she already has eyebrows, it still took me a little while to get that look that I wanted, because like I said, eyebrows definitely make or break the look. So imagine if she didn't even have eyebrows, or had no shape, or had little to no hair. It would take me even longer. But because, she had eyebrows, it didn't take me as long as it usually does. But anyway, just wanted to note that. Now I'm going in with, what is this? The P. Louise base. I forgot what shade I used, but the P. Louise base. And just blending that out. Because she has eyelash extensions, you'll see me kind of push her lashes down to help blend the concealer, or not the concealer, the eyeshadow base further down. I get the question a lot if I am able to work around lash extensions, and yes, I can, especially because I'm a soft glam artist. I don't really, dabble into like the glitter and the extravagant eyeshadow and all of that. So to me, it doesn't bother me, but I can see how it would, especially if the lashes are like super long, super dramatic. I can definitely see them getting in the way and not being able to really, get precise on the eyes. So once the P. Louise base is all blended out, I don't set it, and then I go in with a medium brown eyeshadow starting at the front, and I blend it up and towards her eyebrow. This helps shape her eyes, and then it also helps with her nose contour. You'll see later in the video. For me, the key to a good soft glam look is for nothing to really stand out. So what I mean by that is, let's say I was doing like a smoky eye. The first thing you will look at is the eyes, right? Whereas with the soft glam look, I don't really want anything to stand out. I want
Aren't you
everything to kind
forgetting
of
something?
be its own thing, but then like come together. So like I want the skin to look good. I want the brows to look good. I want the eyes to look good. But I also don't want you to be like, wow, look at her eyebrows. Wow, look at her eyes. Wow, look at, I just want everything
Aren't
to
you
come
forgetting
together. So
something?
that's very important to me in the soft glam look. So that's why I don't really spend a lot of time on making the eyes be like perfect and cut crease and sharp. And I just want it to look like a little wash of color and just softly blend it. So for this look, I only used two eyeshadow colors. I used an off-white shade to set the lid, and then I went in with the medium brown eyeshadow that you see me use earlier in the video. And I just go back and forth and just blend those two shades together. Like I said, I'm not trying to get a perfect look. I just want it to look soft and just, a little something, but not doing the most. To prime her face, I'm going to use the Dermablend matte primer, and then I'm going to grab her foundation shade and start carving the top of her brows. If you're ever unsure about a foundation shade matching your client, you can use it at the top of their brows and blend it out just to kind of see how it'll look, and then it'll help you kind of gauge whether that's a good match or not. I've done her makeup, quite a few times, so I knew it would match her, and me and her are around the same skin tone anyway. But nonetheless, if you ever feel like, the foundation looks a little bit off, or you're not 100% sure if it'll match them, you can use it to carve out their brows, and that'll give you a better idea on how it'll look. For her foundation, I'm using the Juvia's Place foundation, and I mixed a little bit of the NARS Natural Radiant in there. Her skin is pretty normal. It's not too oily, it's not too dry, so she can kind of get away with any finish. But specifically for this look, I wanted it to be matte, so that's why I went in with the Juvia's Place one. The Juvia's Place one is super matte. Honestly, I don't like it on its own. I always mix it in with something else because it's super matte, but I love the finish just mixed in with other things. So yeah, going in, applying it first, then blending it out. This gives me a more full coverage look, and it also helps me be more strategic on my foundation placement because I don't like to apply foundation around the lace or underneath the eye. So that's why I apply it with a flat brush first and then blend it out with the Real Techniques, what brush is this? Instapop cheek brush. Yep. So yeah, that's the brush I'm using, Instapop cheek brush, to blend it out. Alright, so in order to bring this look together, we need to add a little bit more warmth, a little bit more definition, a little more shape to her face. So I'm going to start with a cream contour. I think it's more of like a bronzy type of thing versus a contour, but whatever you want to call it. Going in around her forehead, her chin, and her cheekbones, just to bring a little bit more dimension into the look. Because she has on lace, or she's wearing lace, whatever you want to call it, I go in and blend around her forehead area with a small brush. I don't like using the foundation brush. It's too big, and then you end up getting makeup in the lace, and it looks stupid and ugly. So make sure you're using a small brush when your client is wearing lace. I'm telling you, game changer. Like, your clients will love you for it because they won't have to worry about, their lace getting all dirty and, For concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. You want to be really, really careful on where you place your concealer. So I see a lot of people bring the concealer down way too far down, and it makes their client's face kind of look tired and droopy when you want them to look awake and snatched. So make sure you are very strategic on where you place your concealer. Everyone's face is different, so there's no, guideline, or you just have to know. If you know, the girls that get it, the girls that don't. So just be very mindful on where you place your product. Also, keep in mind that where you place your product is not always where it ends up being. So when you blend it, sometimes it goes a little bit further down, so just be mindful of all of that. That tip is more of like an advanced type of thing. Like, you really have to know makeup to really get what I'm saying. So like I said, the girls that get it, and the girls that don't, sorry, but you don't. But yeah, going in with the Real Techniques, I don't remember what the name of this brush is, but it's a Real Techniques brush, and I'm starting what I like to call a rough blend. So I don't fully blend it yet. I just kind of blend it a little bit, and then I go in and do my full blend. So yeah, this is the rough blend, and then I go in and do the full blend.
JJ, aren't you forgetting something?
So the purpose of the rough blend is to make sure all the edges and the lines of the concealer and the foundation mesh together. So the rough blend kind of brings the foundation shade, the contour shade, and the concealer shade together. And then I go in and focus on the actual concealer itself. For her nose contour, I'm starting where we placed that eyeshadow and just bringing it down all the way to the tip of her nose. I'm applying very, very little product. For the nose contour, you don't want it to be too harsh because it is the center of her face. So you don't want, the eyes going straight there. I know everyone contours their nose, and I know some people don't even, do nose contour, but I feel like if you are going to do it, definitely bring that eyeshadow a little further in, so that way when you get to the nose contour and the complexion part, all you have to do is connect the nose contour towards the eyeshadow. To me, that looks the most natural out of all the ways. I mean, I know there's always new techniques and different techniques, but to me that's the easiest because you'll already have that guide to kind of help you, get the most natural nose contour. So now I'm going in with the second layer of concealer just to give her a little bit more coverage and just a little bit more brightness and coverage. Honestly, she didn't really need it. I just like doing it. Honestly, I just feel like it just gives it that extra So now I'm using a disposable sponge. I don't like using beauty blenders period, not even just for my clients. I don't like using them on myself either, but to me these are better and they're more sanitary. But yeah, so I'm using that to blend out that concealer, and then I'm also going to use it around the rest of her face just to pick up any product that we don't need. It'll absorb any extra product and just give it a more seamless airbrush finish. So yeah. Now I'm using that same foundation brush that I used earlier and just doing some more blending. Blend, blend, blend. I know some people think that soft glam looks are easier than, like, let's say like a glitter look or, you know, a cut crease look, but honestly, I don't really think one is easier than the other, because with the soft glam look, even though you're not really spending a lot of time on the eyes, your skin work is more exposed because the eyes aren't taking the attention away. You get what I'm saying? So let's say, you know, like a glitter look, you're not really looking at the skin. I mean, you are, but you really aren't because the eyes are so bold. Whereas like a soft glam look, you know, your skin work is really on blast. So to me, I think the soft glam is not easier. I think both of them have, you know, challenges. Both of them have pros. Both of them have cons. But soft glam is going to always be a winner in my book. But anyway, going in with what powder is this? I believe it's the Dermablend powder. Yeah, I think it's the Dermablend powder. But going in and setting underneath her eye. Basically anywhere where I put that concealer, I'm putting the powder. So I don't really bake. I kind of just press the powder in. You know, to each his own. If you feel like baking is what works for you, then do what works for you. But to me, I just like to press the powder in, especially because I used a matte primer, a matte foundation. I don't really need a lot of powder, but do what you want to do, girl. And then I'm using the leftover powder that I had, and just setting the rest of her face. She didn't, like I said, she didn't really need a lot of powder, but she needed something so that, you know, it can last. But yeah. Now I'm going in with a bronzer. We already did the cream bronzer underneath, you know, the powder, but this just helps bring it out a little bit more. Especially because this is a full coverage look. You definitely want to bring that warmth back into her face, so she has a little bit more dimension, and you know, it looks a little bit more polished. So yeah, using that bronzer, and then I'm going in with a orangey peach brush on her cheeks. And for her blush, I did go a little more heavy, just because the eyes were so neutral. I just wanted to bring a little more color into her face, so it wasn't so like blah, you know. And the next few clips are going to be a lot of back and forth. I was just going back and forth between like her lips, her eyes. I was just doing a lot, okay? But anyway, I'm going in with the Juvia's Place lip liner. I started to line her lips. I didn't finish in this clip. And then you'll see me start to line her waterline. I definitely think when you are doing a full coverage look, you need liner, period, okay? Like, watch me line her eyes, and then she's going to look straight at the camera, and you will see the difference in liner versus no liner. It makes such a big difference, but it's like such a little thing. Like, if that makes sense. Like, it only takes a few seconds, but it makes a huge difference. Like, look at that. Do you see the difference? It's like it just pulls the eyes together. For her eyebrow glue, or not eyebrow glue, for her eyebrow gel, I'm using lash glue. I just feel like it just works better. It gets straight to the point. I don't have to worry about if it's going to work or not. I know it's going to work. It is a little hard to get out of your eyebrows, so just be mindful of that. But honestly, it works amazing, and it's worth having to like scrub it out of your eyebrows. And no hair comes out, I promise. Like, I use it all the time. I use it all the time on me, my clients, and it gives me no problem. I think you should try it, honestly. If you're looking for like a good eyebrow gel, use lash glue. Clear. It has to be clear. So yeah, give it a try. So after I lined her other eye, I'm just going and doing like a little smoky action underneath her eye just to make it a little bit more dramatic. You don't have to do this step. You could have just left it with the eyeliner, but I just wanted to give it a little extra, you know, like little oomph. It's like the details, it just what brings the look from like, you know, good to great. So going back to her lips, I'm using that same Juvia's Place liner that I used earlier, and then I'm going in with a Juvia's Place lip gloss. This lip gloss is pretty universal. It works on a lot of different skin tones and different looks. For me, I like my lip liner to be really dark and very prominent. Like I want you to see the liner. I know some people don't really like that look, but I recommend you just using a lip liner that's not as dark and using less lip liner. But for me, I just love the look of like a strong liner. So, you know, to each his own. Because she has on lash extensions, I'm only putting mascara on the bottom. So with the mascara at the bottom, it definitely gave her eyes a little bit more balance instead of being so top heavy. But I felt like the look was just missing a little bit more drama. So I went in with the wing liner. I just have her look straight ahead, and that helps me create a good line, a good angle for her wing, and then just go in and connect it in. But anyway, you'll see that the wing liner definitely gave it a little bit more of a dramatic look. So if you liked how it looked before, which it did look good, I just was going for a little bit more drama. You can just leave it how it was, but I think the wing definitely gave what it needed to get. You see, like the liner just pulled it together. Like when she opens her eyes, and you can see the difference with no wing versus the wing, it definitely gave a little more, it made it look more complete to me, and it just looks better. I don't know, like you see, like it just looks better. But like I said, it does give it a more dramatic look. So if you want to, you can just line the top, or you can just do no liner at all, whatever you prefer. But to me, I think the wing definitely pulled it together, especially because her eyes are like almond shaped, so it definitely complemented her eyes very, very well. And then finally, to finish the look off, going in with some setting spray just to melt everything together. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. Let me know what you guys think about this look in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. And I will have all the products listed below. Hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!